founded?
Me Too essentially just means me as well, include me in the society, include me in your life, right? And Me Too essentially belongs under the umbrella of the parent company, Cerebral.
Okay.
And Cerebral is, or we have been, a training and teaching program provider for the last 12 years. And just this morning, we were just saying that, this week happens to be our 12th birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you. Right, and when we started out Me Too, it was essentially just to have programs for generally preschoolers, those in primary school, and then eventually we graduated up to secondary school adults and even the elderly, right? And then when the pandemic hit, right, that was when everything slowed down. And we had a good opportunity to reflect on what we have been doing, how can we do better. And that was when we realized that, in our journey in Cerebral, not only have we taught the general public, but we have also taught in a lot of the special needs schools, right? And we realized that the students who graduate from all these schools at the age of 18 or 20, the better functioning ones are able to find jobs. They're able to go into tertiary education. But there are a lot. When I say a lot, we're looking at hundreds of thousands, right? That
Being left behind.
Yeah, they end up just staying at home
Right.
and being taken care of. Right. So during that time, we were doing all our research, and we were shocked to find that the numbers declared are close to 500,000 of us in Singapore. Yes, and these are declared. Right? So we just thought that, with our capabilities, because we create our own curriculums, we create our own training, we want to create something or programs for this group of students. We call them students and trainees, but technically they could range from 20-year-old all the way to 50-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we just want to help them find assistance that they can continue living their lives with quality, with dignity,
And freedom.
yes, independence.
Independence, yeah, that's so important.
So Mabel, you as principal and artistic director,
Yeah.
what do you do?
So I work very closely with the team to curate and develop programs. So every day it's like going into the classes, teaching firsthand, to have that experience to see if the programs are working for the clients. So that's very, very important. Yeah, so that's really what we do. We are constantly coming up with new ideas and ways to help our clients.
What are those programs? What do you actually get out there and teach?
There are 3 categories. One, quality of life programs. Now, these programs are designed for those, like Jean said, right, who have maybe graduated from school, not able to find a job, or who are not even able to go to school, right? They're at home. So what we want to do is we want to continue to engage them, stimulate them, and give them exposure to interactions so that they will not face rapid regression.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
That's very, very important.
You guys looking for people to join your team?
Definitely.
How can they get in touch with you guys?
All the time, Jean.
Well, for those of you who are interested to find out more, who would like to join the team or even volunteer, you can go onto our website. It's www.me2.com.sg, or you can even call us at 9239-2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
And email is askme, as in ASKME, at me2.com.sg.
We got to be pushing this a little bit more because
Yeah,
we
we
want
are.
people
Absolutely.
to work with you guys.
Absolutely.
you.
We want
Absolutely.
your team to be expanded.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
The website is me2.com.sg. As Jean said, it's ME and then the numeric 2.com.sg.
All right, let's continue to talk to Mabel and Jean on The Big Show TV. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of May.
Kiss 92 Day Check brought to you by Gain City Megastore at Sumai.
So we'll do this a few times. So,
Absolutely.
So you guys get more people to help you guys out, because I
Thank
think you
you.
need
Yes.
more people, volunteers as well,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
I love your website because you've got a section called "Come on Board the Me Too Train."
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about the Me Too Train. What is that?
All right, so Journey with the Me Too Train is where they come on board to take our quality of life programs as well as our core programs. We have this core program called the Improv with Me Too program. So this program essentially is a reenactment program. So they come in and we'll reenact real life scenarios for them to give them like a bank of strategies so that when they go out there in real life, they are comfortable. So for example, it could be things like going to the hawker center to
Right.
buy food, things you and I, we don't think about, right?
Yeah.
But for them, it can be very challenging. It can be sensory overload, information overload, right? So we have to break down step by step how to get it done. Things like taking the bus, the MRT. So this is all part of our core program. So they come on board, they go through the program with us, they go through our quality of life programs as well. We have modules in visual arts, dance, drama.
Wow.
We also do meal preparation, which is very, very useful for them. We don't want them to be at home eating kaya toast every day. We hope that they will be able to, still make nutritious food for themselves at home. So that's very important. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Sounds so fulfilling.
How young do your kids start, and how old do they get? The adults. Like, what are the age ranges of the people that you've seen in your organization?
Okay, so Me Too doesn't only teach or have trainees that are with special needs, but the other two target audiences are the youth at risk and the caregivers.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the trainees ages, they could be as young as 15, 16, or it can go all the way up to your 50s or 60s.
Okay.
Because we're also looking at those with acquired disabilities. So along the way, we could have people who have survived stroke,
Oh, right.
right,
Okay.
or have developed minor sight impairment.
Right. Okay.
And even I myself, you probably all cannot tell, but I am hearing impaired on one ear.
Oh, right.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
gradual because, like when I was young, I have had an illness, and no one knew back then, right? And then it just
Got worse.
Right, it just got worse. And then until when I had my first child, I realized that when I sleep on one side, I couldn't hear him cry. So that was when I started like, okay, this is severe.
Panic stations.
Yeah, but because it was so gradual, it didn't affect my daily life. Right? But when that happened, daily life changed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, so I had to find help. I had to find, fortunately for me, I knew where to go.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who don't know where to go, how to seek help, right? And technology is there to help them as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Trial
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So really, the spectrum is very, very wide.
Yeah.
The people they
Yes.
deal
Yes.
with.
Yes.
And how do you help the caregivers? What kind of obstacles do
Okay,
they
so
go
we
through?
have a couple of things. So one is programs. Usually like your mental wellness, your stress relieving. How do you cope with
Yeah.
pressure, right? Another one is essentially because they're children, right, are with us for that span of time. And when we say the Me Too train, it's not a train because, it's just a term.
Yeah.
But it's not only, it's a long, I would say a longer duration program. It could last from 3 hours to 6 hours. And for this 6 hours, we have got caregivers telling us, thank you so much. I've actually had time to meet up with friends.
Right.
No, to have some
Lunch.
me time. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And I've
Yeah.
actually had time to go and do some groceries for my husband or, tend to the garden. Right? And if it is a daily thing that they get, it's something that, they themselves can say, okay, you know what? Life can be better.
Yeah.
Life can be more relaxing.
That means
Not
a
so
lot
stressed.
to them.
Yes,
It
yes.
does. Yeah.
Because it is a 24/7, 365 days a year thing that they go through,
Yes.
Yeah, because I've seen it in my family. My dad had 4 strokes, but
Wow.
minor TIAs, right?
Okay.
But now he's just unmotivated. He's lying in bed. He doesn't want to go even for a walk if someone takes him for a
Yeah.
walk in the wheelchair. He's like his legs are getting weaker.
Yeah.
My mom's losing more weight because of the stress of that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so I can really, I mean. considering his stroke is not as serious as the other kind of strokes that I've seen where you completely can't do anything. His brain is still great. You know, he's on his computer and stuff like that. But I can only imagine anyone who's worse off, what they must be going through and the kind of help that you guys can provide for someone like that.
We try.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was another occasion, I was going through a few of your newsletters, when Fundy launched his book.
Yes.
You guys came out with the paper mache football
Soccer ball, yeah.
that you put his books in, right?
Yes,
if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
yes.
We hosted that event.
Yes,
right,
Yes, yes.
So that's where we met.
Maybe that's where we met. Yeah. But on your website, speaking of like merchandise and stuff like that, on your website you have a merchandise tab where you have things like accessories, bags, paintings, arts and crafts. We are going to go back on air.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about it
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
The PIE is an absolute mess, especially heading towards Tuas. Right after the Stevens Road exit, avoid lane 1. An accident has been spotted. On the same stretch, right after the Adam Road exit, avoid lanes 1 and 2. Another accident has been spotted. So if you can avoid the PIE towards Tuas altogether, please do. Also on the SLE towards the PKE, after the Lento Avenue exit, also avoid lane 1. Another accident has been spotted. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. This morning we're talking about Me2, inclusive continual training. This is a social enterprise and we have with us this morning the co-founder and COO of Me2, Jean Chan, as well as the principal and artistic director of Me2, Mabel Lim.
Good morning, ladies. I'm just looking through your website, which is me2.com.sg. That's ME and the numeric 2. And you have also a tab under your website called Marketplace, where you sell, of course, Fandi Ahmad's biography, which we know about, which was launched last year. But you also have sections on cookies and cakes, sustainable gifts, paintings, accessories, and bags. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, so our marketplace is where our students can actually put up their artworks for sale. We also reach out to different persons with disabilities to see if they want to advertise on our website. And these items are also sold during our events.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
Churn out a little bit. And you give them some purpose in terms of making stuff that they can sell.
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
But essentially, it is part of a bigger program.
Yep.
So we have this entrepreneurship program that we have developed to encourage those who cannot go back into society to work. Right, so either they are due to social, they're not comfortable being around people,
Okay.
right? Or their physical ability doesn't allow them to be in the working world. We have created this entrepreneurship program to help them develop their very own business, whether it is online or at home with their caregiver or alone. Okay, and in a way, it is to help them have this passive income,
Yeah.
right? And to be able to be independent, right? And we help them in terms of putting their specialties onto our website, and then we help to advertise and sell their products. So even if, say, for example, we get like Cerebral, we get corporate orders, right? We could help advertise for our trainees in terms of their artworks. So, for example, like a water bottle like this, right? We could have a certain design.
Which is done by them.
Right.
That's a
And
beautiful water bottle.
It
Could you
is
show
very-
everyone? There you go. Very nice. Does it keep water
Everything
cold?
cold or hot?
Yes, for a really long time.
Nice.
Your ice doesn't melt, and a lot of golfers use this.
Yeah.
Great advertising there.
It's great. It looks great.
Glenn's about to buy 12 from you.
Great.
So is this why Me Too chooses to specifically serve the three groups of people that we were talking about? Persons with disabilities, youth at risk, as well as the caregivers?
Sorry.
In terms of, the entrepreneurial side
Right.
of things.
Yes, because we feel that a lot of them, or rather, I would say a lot of us, have gone into the whole motion of I am just so used to being at home. I'm so used to my daily routine, even for the caregivers, that it is very hard for them to go out and say, I want to interview for a job.
Yeah.
I don't have the confidence to speak to someone, maintain that eye contact, or even just be around people, who I feel have been watching me, observing
Judging me.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. And so when we do all these programs for them and we help them in terms of getting back on their feet,
Yeah.
we want them to know that actually, and we also want to change the mindsets of the community that just because I am someone with a disability, it doesn't mean that my output or my productivity is it's just as good as anyone out there. With the right training, I can do just as well, and I can be standing on my own 2 feet.
If
Right.
not better, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I confused you early on. I guess the entrepreneurial part, will be more for the persons with disabilities and youth at risk. But I think, what you mentioned earlier on about you guys helping the caregivers and all that, I still feel that that's a big
That's
deal.
massive.
Because they're often forgotten, right?
Yeah,
The caregivers
they
are
are.
often forgotten,
Yes.
yeah. And their
And-
mental health is very important.
Yes, and actually, even for the caregivers, they would love to come on board the entrepreneurship program because they need to be at home
And
to
they've
care
given
for
up
them.
everything to
exactly.
look
Absolutely.
after.
So
yes.
starting a home-based business would be perfect for them.
Right.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
So once again, to expand your team at Me Too, how can people get in touch with you guys?
Well, to know more about us, you can go onto our website. It's at www.me2.com.sg, or you can call us, text us at 9239-2023. And those of us who wants to email, you can email us at askme, ASKME, at me2.com.sg.
Now, you obviously do events to raise money for yourselves. What if someone wants to make a personal donation? How
They-
does that work?
Okay, they can, right? Because Me Too is not a charity, right? We have not gone into the whole IPC thing. We are a social enterprise, so we are not going out asking for donations. But
Right.
if you do want to make a contribution to
Yeah.
help in terms of alleviating the
Yeah.
cost of training
Yeah.
for our trainees, you can just get in touch with us. There are certain forms that we will need you to declare
Yeah.
and let us know.
Of course, yeah.
And then it is as simple as just sending in some of your donation or sponsorship money.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
fantastic.
Okay, we're speaking to Mabel and Jean right here on KISS 92. The time is 8:19.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian. Fresh, crisp, and tender.
So when you say youths at risk, tell us a little bit more about these kids.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so that goes back into my history. So when I was about 17 or 18, okay, I wouldn't disclose my age right now. I have been mentoring youth at risks ever since, right? So they are children from as young as primary 2, okay, all the way up to secondary school, and they have been identified by their school, their teachers, who have come from troubled backgrounds, right? So ever since then, I have kept in touch with, I would call them my mentees. I've watched them grow up, right? And fortunately, a few of them are still in touch with me. So when we decided to launch Me Too, okay, this side of me, came about, and I was just telling my business partner Ren that we should include the youth at risk as well, because they have fallen through the cracks in the society, and unfortunately, there are not as many avenues for them to seek help.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, then the platform isn't there because technically they are not they're not disabled, right?
Yeah.
They are fully functioning, right? There are agencies out there, organizations that helps them, but essentially it's very much on just how can I be your friend? How can I help you?
And they're not necessarily underprivileged children, right?
No, they're not. They're
Okay,
not.
okay.
Yes.
So they're just troubled kids.
troubled
Is that
kids.
okay to say?
Okay, I would say that a large percentage of them come from the less fortunate background.
Okay.
Okay, but there are some who are just going through bad patches in life. Borderline, that means they haven't gone into
Detention.
Yes. Okay. No criminal records yet.
Right.
But we
They're on
want
that
to help.
path.
Yeah. We want to be able to help them, and steer them back. Yeah.
Wow.
Early on we mentioned the Fandi Ahmad launch and the paper mache thing. Who did that? Who came up with that?
The artistic director.
Yeah, we just wanted to do something for Fandi, I think, because he was coming out with his book to tell his story. So we wanted to create something that can hold it. And we got all the students to be involved. They actually did it. And he came down actually to our office.
Right.
And he did it with them.
Oh,
They
nice.
were so
Okay.
excited.
I
And
see.
how many students do you guys have now?
So we have some who comes to our studio for courses, but we also send a lot of our trainers into the homes, right? So just last year, technically like a full year, we have managed to graduate about 250 students. And I would say that that's a really small number, but it was quite a rough start for us, given that we started out during the pandemic
Yeah.
and then we were nobody in the industry. Probably only the schools that have engaged us previously for our programs in the special needs schools, I would say, would know Mabel. Right, so we slowly reached out to them and said that we have this program for your graduates. Do let us know if you have alumni, you have parents who wants to help, or get on board our program. And then slowly through word of mouth, we managed to get into the homes, the day activity centers, and slowly grew from there. But with a lot of friends' help, we managed to raise some money, right? And it's an ongoing journey, right? And for us is we really need to increase the awareness in the society that there really are these three groups that we need to take care of. Yeah.
250 is quite a number, I say. It's a
Yeah, it's a
significant
good
number.
number. It's a
Like
good
every
number.
drop in the ocean, right? So it's
We
a good
try.
number. Well done.
Can be bigger. Can be bigger.
Can be,
Always,
okay.
it always can be bigger.
How can people make a donation again?
Well, just get in touch with us, right? And then one of us in the team will get in touch with you, and then we will go through all the questions that you have, and because we are not a charity, we are a social enterprise. So you are not really making a donation, but you are sponsoring someone's training.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
So
Okay.
the email is askme@me2.com.sg.
Yes.
Right? And number to WhatsApp or call is WhatsApp is 92392023, and their website is me2.com.sg to find out more.
Cool.
Do you have any upcoming plans for Me Too? What's in the pipeline?
Yes. So we have
You
this.
look excited.
Yeah. Yes. I think lots.
I am. So we have this upcoming program called the Inclusive Artist Development Program. This is a one-year program where we want to develop artists with disabilities to be proficient in producing commission work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So that they can monetize their talents.
Wow.
And this is all part of our No Longer in the Background initiative. We want to spotlight these individuals in a very positive light. We want to bring them out into the community so they feel a part of the community. And how we want to do that is by partnering with, for example, the Housing Development Board, and we want to go to all the old HDBs and give them a facelift.
Oh, like in the,
Wow.
like in the void decks and
Yes.
stuff like that? Artwork on the
Yes,
walls? Wow.
so that means really bringing them out there in the community, making them feel like they're a part of something,
That would be
and
cool.
have people be more aware of their presence and what they can do.
Yeah.
So that's in the pipelines. We're very, very excited about that
Yeah.
one.
Nice.
So for that one, you got to get in touch with the town councils.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
And they're open to the idea. You guys are already
We
in
are
touch?
talking.
Talking. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
why not,
I don't
right? I
see
mean-
why anyone would say
Right.
no.
Exactly.
Great idea.
Town
Yeah.
councils.
Yeah.
I know you guys are watching right now.
Say yes. Say yes.
This
Thank
is
you,
this is
yes.
such a meaningful initiative.
Absolutely.
Come
Yeah.
on, pass the initiative.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Absolutely, absolutely.
No pressure.
Okay, so what do you wish for our listeners here today on Kiss 92 to take away from what we've been talking about? Me Too.
Okay, for me is I hope that for anyone living with a disability or know of anyone with disability that we are here for you. We want to help you, plan with you, for you, a program, a path that you can eventually see independence, sustained income, and that essentially you are part of our society. We want you to know that you are not left behind.
Nice.
We go on air, and we'll probably touch on the last two questions that we asked you guys once again. Okay, here we go.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're thinking of heading down the PIE towards Tuas, please don't, because after Stevens Road and after Adam Road exit, 2 accident spots. Avoid the right lane if you're along that stretch or if you're heading down that way. If you have any other news, it's 88550920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. This morning we're talking about Me Too, a social enterprise. Me Too inclusive continual training, and we've been speaking to co-founder and COO of Me Too, Jean Chan, as well as the principal and artistic director of Me Too, Mabel Lim. And I've got to thank my buddy Ren for telling me about Me Too, and so that's the reason why I thought let's get everyone to know a little bit more about Me Too.
Yeah, because we always want people on our show who are doing good for the society. And you guys, I mean, you ladies are definitely doing something great for the society.
We try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With that in mind, what sort of plans do you guys have for the future for Me Too?
So one very, very exciting plan that we have is this program called the Inclusive Artist Development Program. Now, it is a 1-year program that we want to develop artists with disabilities so that they can be proficient enough to produce commission work and monetize their talents. And this is all part of our No Longer in the Background initiative, where we want to bring them into the spotlight in a very positive light, right? And what better way than bring them into the community to make them feel like they belong? And how we intend to do this is by, talking to the town council, working with the Housing Development Board, and hopefully be able to give old HDBs a facelift. So that would be really exciting. They would go to the void decks, they could paint the walls, and really feel like they are contributing to the community and having a sense of belonging and allowing people also to have a greater awareness about what they can do. I think, this is something that's very exciting that we're working on right
So
now.
not graffiti,
love it.
wall art, right?
Wall art. Beautiful
Yeah.
murals.
I don't see why anyone should
Yeah.
say no to that.
Exactly.
And I really like the initiative name, No Longer in the Background. I really, really
Yes.
like that
really
because
nice.
it's
Thank
it's so
you.
obvious what you're trying to do,
Right.
And so clear. Very, very cool.
Thanks for that, Mabel. And Jean, what do you wish for listeners on Kiss 92 to take away as far as Me Too is concerned?
Okay, so this is a shout out to anyone who is living with a disability or know of anyone with a disability that we are here. We want to support you. And feel free to come talk to us. We are happy to work out a plan with you, for you, to be more independent, to have more quality of life, to eventually be part of our society.
That's brilliant.
love
That's
that, love
brilliant.
that.
Nice.
Thank you
Very
so much,
nice.
ladies, for coming in this morning.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having us.
And if you want to get in touch, you can always head to their website. It's me2.com.sg. Their email is askme@me2.com.sg, or you can WhatsApp them at 92392023.
We've been speaking to Jean Chan and Mabel Lim. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of May.